Worldwide Web, Lew Dub with the Melbourne Cup news. He's out. He's gone. The defending champion without a fight will not be racing on the first Tuesday in November. He's been officially withdrawn by Anthony and Sam Freedman. That happened a little earlier this week. There was little detail that I heard about him being withdrawn apart, so I'm just assuming that he's fallen behind in his return from tendon injury. Yes, he's nevertheless, definitely he's been withdrawn from the Melbourne Cup. He's not the only one out of the race though, with a massive portion of the first nominations withdrawn before the first declaration payment was due on October the 1st. Now we're down to just 72 contenders for the Melbourne Cup. Some of the high profile horses that were withdrawn include Harbour Wind for Dermot Weld, the four runners from Aidan O'Brien, which were Illinois, Point Lonsdale, the Euphrates and Grosvenor Square. He's now just got one contender, that's Jan Bruegel. We also had the withdrawals of Magical Zoe and the Grey Wizard. Now those two were winners of golden ticket races contested overseas. What a waste. Yeah, and I would love to know whose bright idea it was to make the Belmont Gold Cup a golden ticket race. There was no announcement of the Belmont Gold Cup becoming a ballot exemption race until about 3 weeks before the race itself back in June. Now, I'm sure that participants within the industry would have been aghast when approval was given to make the race a golden ticket race, and perhaps if you're one of those angry participants, you could contact me on the email provided. Last weekend, the first shipment of foreign raiders arrived from Europe, and from a Melbourne Cup perspective, the names we need to remember are Birdman and One Smooth Operator. They're most likely to contest the Geelong Cup and try to win their way into the Melbourne Cup field. Looking at their positions in the order of entry at the moment, it appears to me that only a win would enable them to make it into the 24-horse Melbourne Cup field. Now, Australian Bloodstock's hopeful Sayadati Sadati also arrived in that shipment, but Connection stated that they would be targeting the Caulfield Cup this year, and their reasoning was that they believe the horse had a lot of developing to do yet. And just keep in mind though that comments like that or opinions like that can change. On Monday the 30th of September, 2 Japanese horses arrived also. They were Prognosis and Warp Speed. Warp Speed is the Melbourne Cup hopeful, while Prognosis is set to contest the Cox Plate. If you're a Prognosis fan, I'll bet you're crossing your fingers that they don't send over Japanese jockey Yuga Kawada, who did a pretty poor job riding him into Group 1s in Hong Kong. Time to take a look at the most recent Melbourne Cup order of entry update. This list was published on Tuesday, the 1st of October.
Point King and the Map are top of the list, having won golden ticket races, and they're still healthy at this stage. At number 3, Via Sistina. Will she compete? Never raced beyond 2100 metres. If she runs in the Melbourne Cup, she will carry the top weight. Placer du Carousel at number 6 is another one that's doubtful in my mind. And to number 18, Adelaide River. He's not going very well at the moment. Marajan, the New Zealand-based stayer, he is assured a place in the field, as is Allegron. I think they'll definitely go forwards. I'm looking at number 30, Aurora's Symphony, and I'll speculate that he can get into the Cup without winning any races beforehand, just based on the number of horses above him that are unlikely to contest the Cup. After all, there is a $49,000 final declaration fee.
With that new knowledge in your head, let's take a look at which horses are running in this weekend's most important races.
The Group 3 Bart Cummings. Remember, it's a golden ticket race, so no matter what the horse's position in the order of entry, if you win, you are in the 24-horse field if you wish. So if a horse like El Bodigan wins, who is currently unqualified, well, he's now qualified and in the 24-horse field. However, if a horse like Vow and Declare or Ahmad wins the Bart Cummings, the golden ticket gets wasted, as those two are not nominated for the Melbourne Cup. On screen, I've only entered the names of horses nominated for the Melbourne Cup that are running in the Bart Cummings. So that's not the entire field there. In brackets also are their rankings in the order of entry. Now on screen, the Metropolitan runners that are nominated for the Melbourne Cup. Now this is a doozy of race selection for Land Legend, Immediacy and Unusual Legacy, as those horses are unqualified for the Cup, having not won a relevant race. But as this is a Group 1 over more than 2,300 metres, they only need to finish in the first 5 to pass the qualification clause. If Land Legend was to finish in the first 5, I see him being elevated up the order of entry to around the 25 mark, while Immediacy and Unusual Suspect would get less of a boost. However, if they were to win, well, that would be a different story. Unusual Suspect is actually the favourite for the Metro, but there are plenty of handy types running in that race. Now on screen are the Turnbull runners that are nominated for the Melbourne Cup. Very interesting to see how Circle of Fire goes. Since his first run back from spell was pretty disappointing, he's been ousted from Melbourne Cup favourite and drifted out as far as 20 to 1 this week before coming back to around 16 to 1 in most places. Anyways, that's all for now. Remember, there's also some great staying action in France this weekend, with Kyprios running in the Prix du Cadran tonight, Australian time. There's the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe on Sunday night, and in Japan you've got Blow the Horn returning to the track in the Kyoto Daisho 10 on Sunday. A bit of a trial run for the Japan Cup.